Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe I was really something about shape? Like, you know, all this kind of thing. Like, oh, I like it. Or even if I enter shape, I'm commode.
She doesn't know that kind of joke is true. I think I'll just communicate it to her. Yeah, that kind of joke, I don't like it. Like, because don't make me look like. Do you understand? She's now trying to make me look like I'm one. I'm like, babe, I could change just for you.
Okay. Hectic. Really hectic. It might seem as though the pressure is getting worse on these housemates. And it's only day 3 of the No Lose Guard season. Guys, listen, I did a video earlier today. I think it was even this morning. Yeah, I did a video telling you all about the wooing session that transpired between Toby and Kassia. Yeah, and Kassia's husband, Kelly Ray's reaction to that whole situation. Yeah, and when I did that video, guys, I made a statement. I said I wasn't particularly concerned about Toby. I was more concerned about the couple, the married couple. Yes, because of the many questions I actually asked. Please go ahead, check out that video after watching this one. Yeah. Now, the reason I said I wasn't really bothered about Toby was because I felt like, well, there are a lot of fishes in the ocean. There are a lot of girls in the house. So he probably might be able to move on from, you know, whatever will happen on the long run, you know, in his pursuit of Kassia for a sheep. But then, lo and behold, Toby had a conversation with his partner, his paired partner, Mayor. And these two young men were just, guys, they were just spilling. They were spilling strategies and my head almost exploded. Guys, I'm going to give you the details on this video. Guys, they did not just talk. They actually started implementing their strategies. And I was quite impressed. I mean, Mayor made a bold move today. This guy has been quite alert from the very first day, the very first night, you know, of the launch show. And it was quite interesting to see how he was able to, you know, take the bull by the horns and begin to implement their strategy right after having a conversation with it, about it with his partner. As I said, I'm going to give you the details about that one. All right. Now, aside that, it might seem as though there's a clash of interest, or should I say clash of crushes, between the makeup of the Tami pair. I am referring to Toyosi and Damilola. Ladies and gentlemen, I did a video yesterday morning where I talked about the personalities and, okay, yeah, mostly about the personalities of the housemates that made up these pairs. And I pointed out some of the housemates that were the alphas and the dominant in their pairs, whilst, you know, some of them were actually the submissive in their pairs. And Damilola was one name that I mentioned. And ladies and gentlemen, I've been seeing things happening between herself and her partner, but today's conversation that happened between both of them was just very glaring. I'm going to give you the details of that conversation. Now, aside that one, there was also a conversation between the Checkers pair, that's the sisters, Chizoba and what's her name now? Oh my God. Chizoba and the other one, Onyeka, the FBI of Big Brother's house, yes. Apparently, Damilola has been provoking Onyeka. And so she was giving the details to her sister, Chizoba. And that wasn't the only person that Damilola had provoked. There was also Chinne of the Ndi Nne pair. If I continue to give you this preamble, it's gonna be like I've already done the video without even doing my own introduction. So hey, take a pause and hey, take a breather. You're all welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. Guys, I want to especially thank all of you for watching my videos. I mean, every video I upload, you guys watch it and you leave your comments. I am grateful. Thank you all so much. And thank you guys so much as well for watching the ads. It goes a long way to support this channel. And yeah, for those of you that are newly subscribed here, you are especially welcome. Thanks for choosing to become a part of this community. For those of you that are still not sure about subscribing, trust me, you totally need to subscribe, because at the moment there's a lot happening in Big Brother's house, and if you are looking for that space where you can get the most detailed, factual, and accurate analysis of the show, this is where you get it. All right, don't stress yourself going around. This is where you get it. So please subscribe, turn on your post notification bell to always receive a lot of my videos whenever I upload a new one. Now, all of that said, let's just quickly get right into the details and analysis of the events that's actually unfolded in Big Brother's house today, being the day 3 of the No Lose Guard season. All right, let's take it from the top. After Toby had spent a lot of time wooing Kassia last night, earlier today, in his strategic conversation with his partner, Mayor, this guy had actually said that he wasn't really interested in shipping with anybody, that if he found himself in a ship, he was going to jump out of it right away, that he wasn't interested, that he was even having a light-hearted conversation with Kassia yesterday, and Kassia was saying thank God, like a woman that has been single for a long time and you think you found love in Big Brother's house, that he was just laughing because she doesn't know that he was there to play the game. Now, when he made that statement, I did not know if I should be impressed or like disappointed or what. Because guys, we watched Toby last night, and the guy that was very, very interested in Kassia, the guy that kept on probing and probing and probing, did not seem like the person that was saying what he was saying today. Yeah. Now, I don't know, maybe he was putting up an act yesterday. I'm not really sure, yes. But if truly he was, then I give it to him. I give it to him. But then what he did not know as I yesterday was that Kassia was actually the one playing him yesterday. So if what he said today is actually true, then it means 2 great players are about to give us a roller coaster ride called the ship this season. Yes. Now, another thing he also mentioned was that it was very much into the twin sisters. That is Wani x Ndi. Guys, his partner Mayor literally asked him, the 2 of them together, and he said yes, that he's feeling both of them. I'm like, bro, first off, Wani is already hitting it beyond cloud 9 with Sean. Ndi, on the other hand, does not really look like she's very much interested in jumping on the ship just yet, because her sister, already has a partner, so you that is even saying that you don't want to be in a ship, how do you think you're going to penetrate these sisters, bond? What do you think you can do differently that can actually stand out to Wani, who is already involved with Sean, not to talk about sister Ndi? But guys, aside Toby's own part of the conversation, there was also Mayor that was, as usual, quite, calculating. And I really respect the guy's mind. The way Mayor thinks, the way Mayor calculates things, it's quite impressive. I told you all that right from the very first day, that's the night of the launch show, Mayor was the first housemate that kept on warning his partner Toby to be very careful, and wary of the rest of the housemates, because everybody is all in their kumbaya mode now, and because they're all smiling and laughing and hugging and whatnot, it does not mean that people are actually being true to themselves. It does not mean that people are actually being real. That there are some people that are being fake, people that are putting up an act just for the sake of, oh, let my fellow housemate like me so they do not nominate me. I mean, the guy was already woke right from the moment he stepped into Big Brother's house, yes. And so the guy was saying that he had been getting, what's this girl's name now, Onyeka, approaching him with conversations, telling him things about different people, that he is just playing along, he's just listening. But it does not necessarily mean that he's going to do what she has been telling him to do. Ladies and gentlemen, right after they were done with that conversation, oh my days, Mayor went to give Ruthie a deep tissue thigh massage. And this girl was moaning like, I don't know if it was from pleasure or I don't know, but this guy took his time. And it might seem as though Kayode is starved of shipping content, because the way Kayode has been giving these shippers camera time today, if I catch him, I will give him a knock on his head to give him a brain reset, because Kayode literally spent some money to the point that when Ruthie was talking about her dogs, which she calls her babies, Kayode literally left the camera on them simply because Mayo was still massaging leg and thigh. Guys, Mayo was doing this thing with so much concentration. I'm like, okay, this is quite interesting. I really want to see how this whole thing pans out. Now, Mayo going to massage Ruthie's thighs did not just pop out of the blues. He had actually been telling Onyeka every time Onyeka comes to him to try to encourage him to chase after Nelly. Yeah, he had actually been telling Onyeka that he likes Nelly, but he's not feeling Nelly like that. Now, the person is actually kind of liking is what's her name now? Ruthie. Yeah, that she seems more mature and grounded and down to earth. You know, that it's probably the fact that she's got a 15-year-old daughter, you know. So guys, watching that whole display of shipping content, guys, I was just keeping my fingers crossed because for me, as far as I'm concerned, this is day 3. Whatever is happening right now, for me, it's these housemates fighting for survival to go through to the next week, all right? But I don't know about you. Let me know what you think in the comment section below as we move on to the next gist. Now, about the Tami pair. Damilola seems to be stepping on a lot of toes. And from the look of things, she might end up causing a rift between herself and her partner, Toyosi. Now, from the conversation they had today, it turned out that Toyosi is kind of flirting with the same person that Damilola seems to be interested in, and that is Topher. Topher is part of the Ace group, the Aces pair, yeah? He's paired with Suj. Now, it's no news in the house that Damilola has been marking her territory around Topher. Topher has been playing around as well. But there's also Onyeka in the picture. Onyeka, you know, was the first person that approached Topher, was asking him, how old are you? Like she wanted them to have a thing in the house. But then she's also telling him that she's not really interested. But Damilola, on the other hand, is quite interested. So she gives this guy little treats in the house, like sending a bottle of water to him through his partner, Suj. And whenever she cooks, because now it's like she's, you know, major in the kitchen. So whenever she cooks, she takes out time to give him a bit of extra from the pot, you know, so she's giving him a bit of preferential treatment, giving him the green light, and Topher is fully aware. No matter how much he denies his awareness to Onyeka, who's always teasing him about having, you know, a girlfriend in the house already, Topher is fully aware. But Topher is also there to play the game. So he's also equally had conversations with, what's her name now? Toyosi. Now, Toyosi, on the other hand, has also had conversations with Mayor. And it now seems like Damilola is interested in the people that Toyosi is equally interested in. So she had confided in TJ, and TJ had advised her to have a conversation with Toyosi about it. And so they had that conversation in the kitchen this morning. And Toyosi had said that actually she wasn't interested in this particular guy. She wasn't at all. That they were just having conversations, they were just getting to know each other. But then when Toyosi had a conversation with, is it Topher or is it Mayor, it did not seem like it was just a light-hearted conversation. And so it made me wonder that, wait, hold on a second. Could it be that Toyosi is kind of scared of Damilola? And so if Damilola marks her territory around something, that she's going to, you know, shy away from also showing her interest in that thing. What exactly is going on between these two people? And guys, I've seen the way Damilola speaks to Toyosi in the house. It's like an elder sister speaking to a toddler, or that's the younger sister that's more like a toddler. It's like saying, sit down there, don't get up, sit down there. Like she's very commanding and controlling in a way. But ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to be too hasty to jump into conclusions about the personalities of these two women in this pair, yes, because it could be that Toyosi is piping down and hiding her madness behind her calmness. We don't know yet. So once again, fingers crossed, because I am still watching. I want to see how these people will metamorphose into full-blown players in the coming weeks. Yes, for now, everybody is still kind of struggling between showing their true selves and, you know, showing the perception that they want their fellow housemates as well as us, the viewers, to buy. Yeah, because after all, they are products on a shelf on full display for us to pick and choose who we're going to support or not support. Still on Damilola. Damilola's serious demeanor is beginning to rub off wrongly on some of the housemates. Now, I am very careful of the word I am using to describe this woman, because remember, this is only day 3. We do not really know these people from Adam. So as far as I'm concerned, it might be that some of these people are either being real or just putting up an act to suit the environment that they are in. Remember, it is a highly competitive environment, highly toxic, highly draining, and most especially a confined space. Yeah. So people have to get by. They have to survive. So Damilola, she already mentioned during her introduction that she's feisty, you know, she's quick-tempered, yeah, and she's a very serious person, right? She's sensitive, she's very, very serious, you know, so most of the time when she speaks, her voice comes off as very, very stern. So some of these housemates are beginning to interpret her sternness for rudeness and disrespect. And the people that are already picking offense are, what's her name, Onyeka and Chinne. These people have actually given different scenarios where they felt like Damilola was rude to them. According to Chinne, because Damilola was the one in the kitchen that was cooking, and then she wanted to go and take vegetables from the pot, and Damilola was shouting, I don't finish all the vegetables, oh. And guys, it's making me wonder, like, okay, was it exactly what Damilola said or how she said it? We're going to find out, yeah. Now, for Onyeka, on the other hand, she feels like because she's all over the place, playing with people, being all up in people's business, that Damilola wants to start treating her like, you know, she's a nobody, by i.e. sending her to help her take her food to go microwave in the kitchen. I mean, guys, I can understand how that could have come off. It could have come off as, okay, you don't rate me, right? But then, on the other hand, I just could not blame Damilola, if we're being honest, because at this point, Onyeka is bringing a lot of disrespect to herself. Onyeka, though she's entertaining, though she is giving us something to talk about, though she is smartly buying herself a lot of camera time by busybodying around, by just pestering people around, but it is beginning to irritate some of the housemates. Some of the housemates are beginning to see her as a pest. Now, some of them, they laugh in her face, but when they're having conversations with their partners, they express their, you know, they express how overwhelmed they are by her consistent pestering, you know, and her constantly trying to persuade them to jump into a ship with someone else in the house. So guys, as I said, at the moment, I'm not going to give anybody labels, but just speaking straight from my TV, what these housemates are actually displaying for us to see. Speaking of Onyeka, Onyeka declared earlier today to the Mbadiwe twins and to the Ndi Nne pair and her sister that were in the garden that she's giving everybody in the house till Friday. Yeah. That as far as she's concerned, she can only recognize, you know, the ship of Wani and Sean. And because Sean is her friend, she's going to help lock the door of his ship, you know, so that nobody comes in, nobody goes out, that they will be officially a ship, a couple in the house. But aside those people, if she sees any ship in the house, that she's going to take a flight into that ship and make sure that she destroys the ship. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the part where I remind you all that once upon a time, during the lockdown season of Big Brother Naija, there was once a Watoni that bragged heavily that she was going to destroy ships in the house. She was going to break tables. She was going to scatter tables. She was going to do XYZ. She bragged a lot. Once upon a time, there was also someone called Amaka during the Level Up season that actually had intentions to do likewise. Guys, every time I watch Onyeka, every time I listen to Onyeka, every time I see her in action, I'm reminded of those two people. And Onyeka currently is doing the exact same thing those two people were doing. But look at the way they were evicted. It was quite disgraceful. Yeah. So I am hoping that that is not going to be the case with Onyeka. I'm really hoping that she's going to be standing on business, that she's going to do what her predecessors were not able to do, that she's not going to brag only. She's not just going to brag and talk and make declarations, that she's going to come through with solid actions, because that is what us, the viewers, wants to see. Now, before I move on to the next gist, I forgot to mention this while speaking about Toby and Mayor's conversation. Now, as much as Toby was saying that he did not want to be in a ship, and as far as he mentioned that he was actually attracted to the twin sisters, Wani ex Ndi, he also mentioned that he was quite scared of making a move on Toyosi because of Damilola. That Damilola is quite vicious and he's kind of scared. He's just scared of Damilola. Guys, for real, that is the situation in the house. Yeah, I don't know if it's actual fear or regard for someone's space or boundary, because Damilola is very disciplined. She's got her boundaries all marked out. Yes, don't come close, don't disrespect me, I won't disrespect you. But that was exactly what he said. Now, moving on to the other pair, the aces pair. This is a makeup of Suj and Topher. These two young men did something quite interesting today. So they were tired of just being swallowed up in the crowd of housemates. Guys, there are many, 28. I mean, glory to God. I know all their names now. I can identify easily all the pairs, but there are quite a lot. There are too many. I can't wait for eviction on Sunday. That's as if it's going to happen. But anyways, as I was saying, they decided to do something different by inviting the Nelita pair, that is Anita and Nelly, for a private conversation in the garden. And I really loved the way Suj did it. This guy is an excellent gentleman, quite respectful. Guys, I don't know, is it just me that is feeling Suj's aura? This guy has this aura that resonates with me. Yeah, I like men that are just, full, and they walk in the fullness of God. Like this guy, the way he carries himself, oh my God, eesh, the aura the aura is so, it's very inviting. I don't know, but the guy, he's got that aura, he's got that thing. Yeah, but anyways, don't mind me. As I said, he and his partner Topher, they had invited the Nelita pair outside for a conversation, and although they joked around a bit, talking about, oh, you're welcome to my office, blah 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 blah, and the two young women were quite skeptical. But then Topher had actually explained that okay, that they were just joking around, that actually they were tired of the whole place being so choked up with people. You can't really have privacy to have a one-on-one conversation with someone, because you're talking to someone and you're getting private. The next minute, somebody else is interrupting the conversation and pulling the person away. So they just wanted to have a private conversation with the two girls so that they can actually exchange stories, exchange experiences. And that was exactly what they did. I think that was brilliant, guys. I think that was brilliant. Because what I saw wasn't just two people, or two pairs rather, having conversations, but two smart young men that are into PR, public relations, marketing. I just saw two young men that are quite intelligent, that are trying to form alliances with the females in the house. The females that he has seen that has got potential to stay longer in the game. Because ladies and gentlemen, if you think about it, both Nelly and Anita, they fit the perfect profile of Bbnaija female housemates that has got that spice to stay longer in the game. So my guess is these young men, they've done their analysis and they have actually marked out those ladies and said, these two ladies by now are probably amassing a truckload of fans, probably fanatics that would want to go all out for them. But ladies and gentlemen, we will have to wait and see if their permutations or analysis will come to pass. And this is where I'm going to stop talking right now, because there's actually another gist about the whole house in general. Yes. Okay, maybe what I'm going to do is I'm just going to briefly touch upon it, and then on my next video, I do a full-blown analysis of the situation. What I'm saying, in essence, is that these housemates have gotten the brief for their first wager task of the season, and the theme of the week is This Is Us. This is not the first time Big Brother is giving housemates such a theme. Yes, every first wager is all about us, the viewers, getting to know the housemates better, as they present themselves via a presentation, which will happen on Friday. Yes, at the moment, they are not particularly preparing yet, because everywhere is just rowdy. They're just it's just chaotic in the house, and they've sort of had a very, very chaotic evening, by the way, you know, trying to agree and disagreeing at the end of it all on something that will be beneficial to preparing for their task. Yes, but we'll have to see how they make progress tomorrow. Right, so there is that one. And the final story is about Wani and her new beau, Sean. I don't think I want to touch that story yet because I've already done a video about those two people today. So yeah, we're going to stop talking here right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope all this gist is not too overwhelming for you to handle. So just go ahead, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'll see you guys on another episode of Frankly Speaking with Bbnaija. Thanks for watching and have an amazing evening.